Okay, it's recording. So, like I was saying, I'm Krista. I'm your double diamond upline. I've been in the business. I started in January of 2014. I'm here. Okay. Um, so when I started, I was in school full time and I worked full time. And I have a 4-year-old and my husband now, but at the time I think we were engaged or something. But he has 2 boys, so we have 3 kids together. But when we started, he worked 6-7 days a week, all day. Like, he went to work before the kids ever went to school, and then he never knew when he was getting off work. Like, they worked until they were done. So it could be, some days it might have been 4 o'clock, but most days it was like 6 or 7. So that left me to picking up and dropping off and everything else. So a little bit of how it went was, we would get up super, super early, and we only had 1 car at the time. So I would take him to work, then I would take the kids to school, then I would take Dalen to my mom, and then I would go to work every day. And then after I went to work, or after I got off, I would either I would have to get the kids and get him from work. And then, a lot of days we didn't know when he was getting off. So we would literally sit in the parking lot until he got off. So, but then a lot of days I went to school too. So I would go to school Monday through Thursday. So sometimes DJ just had to walk home from work because I had the car. So it was just really, really hectic and crazy. And I don't know, we struggled a lot. And then at the time we were living in his mom's basement too. So that was a mess. But we finally, when I started It Works, I had, my goal was just to make $300 to $500. I just wanted to be able to get us a second car. So I did that, and we ended up being able to get a second car, and we got our own apartment, and we tried to get on our feet. We were still struggling. I still had food stamps, and we were on government assistance, stuff like that. But at least this was bringing in extra income, so we could get a second car and pay extra stuff or do extra stuff. So that was big. So we'll fast forward a little bit. It took me, I think it was 5 months to go Ruby. And that's when we had got a second car, got an apartment. So about 5 to 6 months later, it took me 1 year with this business to go Diamond. So that's an average $2,000 a month. So when I went Diamond, it was February of 2015. So you would think that now, with him working and I have Diamond income, we just knew we were going to be okay for a while. We knew we would catch up on stuff. We knew things would get better. And then literally 6 days after I went in Diamond, DJ got hurt playing basketball. So he tore his ACL, LCL, MCL, and a hamstring, and he was put out of work. Had to have surgery. He got disability checks, but they did not come for 2 months. So I tell everyone that, because if I had not went Diamond, if I had not really ran with this business and done something with it, because you never know what can happen. If I did not go Diamond, 6 days later, he would have got hurt and we would have had no income, because I had quit my job to do this. So all we would have had was all we had when he got hurt was my It Works income. So this is it. And that's what I tell people all the time. I came in and I kind of played around with it and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And that's what a lot of you all do too, and that's fine. But that was the moment that I realized it's more than the money. It's more than coming in and just doing something extra or having something to do. It can be, what it can be there. It can be your plan B. It can be whatever you want it to be, or whatever you need it to be, and you never know. So from that point, let's see, that was February. 2 months later, I went double Diamond, and it happened naturally. It just happened. I just logged in eSuite one day and I was okay, I'm double Diamond now. It was awesome. So he never went back to work. He just went ahead and quit his job. We retired him, and we've been home ever since. So that's been it's coming up on 2 years now. It's been well over a year. DJ and I both are home full time. We just bought a house. We've both bought our dream cars. It's just been from going from living in his mom's basement with one car, government assistance, and you name it, to, now, I mean, we have cars, we have a house, we just got married. I mean, it's been really crazy. And like, this business has been there for us for, everything. Like I said, it was our plan B and we didn't even know. Like when I started, DJ was like, no, that's a scam. You do not need to be doing that. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your money. I mean, you name it, he said it. But I mean, I just pushed with it and I just ran. I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing, but I just did it. So that's the biggest thing, is just realizing like what you need or what you want and just do it. I don't think I missed anything. Keone, you want to go ahead and tell your story before we go into anything else, or?
Yeah, sure. I'm in with the company.
You're cutting out.
I was on government assistance and all of that as well. I have 2 children. My son was, oh no, I ain't gonna be able to do this. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's know if I cut out again. Okay.
Okay.
So, anyways, I have 2 kids, and my son was 5 months old when I started this business. I had my maternity leave, and it was time to go back to work, and I couldn't really find a job that was going to pay me enough, pay me more than just daycare and gas to get back and forth to work. So I saw Krista post, and she was laying in the bed like on a Tuesday morning, and she had her computer out and stuff, and I just thought about it, and I was like, logically, if they have 3 kids and they have 2 cars and all this other stuff, then she has to be making some kind of money. So I talked to her that Tuesday and like bum rushed into her house on Wednesday to sign up. And like, we didn't know each other. We went to school together, but we didn't ever like talk or anything like that. I just saw it. It made sense to me. She sent me the breakdown of how to make my money back plus like another $500 to $1,000. So I was like, yeah, I'm getting all that. I need all that 500, all that 1,000. Like, I didn't just join for like $200, $300. I joined because I needed like full-time pay. So I signed up the very next day. I didn't think about it or anything. I signed up and got my first 4 loyal customers in my first month. Went executive and Ruby in my second month, and then went Emerald in my third month. And then it took me 11 months after that to go Diamond. So this year in February, I went Diamond. I got a $2,000 bonus. My boyfriend got, or a $20,000 bonus. My boyfriend got a $2,000 bonus. And the way that my paychecks looked, like my very first paycheck was $19. $19. My second paycheck was $200+ dollars. My third paycheck was $650, and my fourth paycheck was, or for like my third month, and then like the fourth payday was over $1,000, over $1,100, I believe. And in my first 2 months, I made like $2,000 in wrap cash. So not to mention like the fast start bonuses and stuff like that I was earning. So I jumped in and just ran with it. And then now I'm structured for Double Diamond, which is what Krista is. And that's what, an average like $4,000 to $6,000 a month. So I kind of jumped in, ran with it. By my 4th month in, I had over 40 team members under me. And that's basically it. Like, I knew when she presented it to me that 2 + 2 = 4. Like, you spend this $99, you make it right back in your kit. I made my money back. Like, I had $152 to my name when I joined, and I used the 100 to enroll. And the next week, I made my money right back by selling the wraps from my kit. So that made sense to me. I didn't have to buy in for $2,000 or even $500. I bought in for 100 and made the 100 back the next week. And I kind of gambled on it because I was like, okay, I'm going to use my car payment and hope that I make this money back to where I don't get my car repossessed. But obviously it worked out and I made my money right back. And I just did everything that Krista told me to do. She said, you sell your wraps to make your money back. So that's what I did first. Then she said, you get your first 4 loyal customers. So that's what I did. And I didn't get my first 4 until the day before my 30 days was up. So I didn't just join and people threw themselves at me. That's not what happened. I joined and Krista said, you need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this. You need to post. You need to message people. You need to do this. And so I was doing it. Everything that she said, I was doing it 100%. And I got my first 4 loyals. Or I got my first loyal like my second week. And I got the other 3 the day before my 30 days was up. So, and then she was like, okay, the next step is to go Ruby and get your 5 distributors. And I was like, okay, boom, let's do that. distributor, 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 distributor. And I got my 5. And then she was like, okay, so for Emerald, you need, what is that, 9 more? So I was like, okay, boom, I'm gonna get 9 more. And I focused on like one thing at a time. I focused on selling my wraps, getting my loyal customers, and then getting my distributors and helping them get their customers. So I just did what I was told, basically. Like, I didn't know anything about network marketing. I worked in a daycare before this. So I didn't know anything. I never tried the wraps. I was like, I don't know if they work, but they're going to work today because I need some money. So I didn't use the products beforehand. I didn't use the products when I first signed up. It took me like 2 months before I actually like used anything for myself. And people were like, oh, have you used it? I'm like, no, girl, I can't keep these things in stock. So I haven't used them yet. So that's what I was telling people. I'm like, I can't keep them in stock enough to use them. So,
Oh, you're cutting out again.
Greens and fat fighters. I know. I can't see you anymore. Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay. But I lost 21 pounds in a month using the greens and fat fighters. And that really blew my business up too by sharing my own personal results. And that's another thing that Krista told me to do, was to be a product of the product. So that's what I started doing. I was like, I'm going to order this. I'm going to order that. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. Like I said, I just did what I was told. So that's my story in a nutshell. I mean, same situation, dead broke when I joined, and I just ran with the business and did everything that she told me to do. And I'm here today, you know, doing this training for you all, which again, following Chris's footsteps and just trying to do everything that she's done to get to where she's at.
And, you know, I will say that, like, I want to point out a couple things with this. So, for one, Kiana makes it sound like I knew what I was talking about. And let's just say, I didn't. When she joined, so I'm saying this to say that you don't have to know what we know. Like, you don't have to know everything. You can just be ignorance on fire. Like, you don't have to know anything, because when she signed up, I had signed distributors, I had signed customers, I had done what I was supposed to do, but I'm still like, she was like, well, what is this? What do I need to do that? Well, like, I couldn't keep up with her. I was like, dude, I don't know. Like, we're going to have to go ask somebody else, because I don't know these answers. Like, you're doing too much for me right now. Like, you need to slow down. But I mean, like, when she came in, it made me realize, like it takes your team to teach you things. Like, me and Kiana can sit here and pour into you and tell you this, this, and this, but until you have your team and you've realized what you've done wrong or right, that's what teaches you. And I'll say, and I wanted to point out, like, I had signed tons of distributors before Kiana, and to this day, the only people that are still with me is Nicole and Kiana. Like, out of my whole diamond chart, when I went diamond in 2015, Kiana and Nicole are the only ones that are still here with me. But that's okay, because people come in and go, like, they come and go all the time. But you just got to keep pushing, because I know that a few of you have signed distributors, and that's the only reason I'm saying this. But you got to keep pushing until you get runners like Kiana and runners like Nicole. Like, they both built to diamond. Like, and then I've signed tons of other people that may have been a good 400 legger. They may have went Ruby or whatever, but they're gone. Like, they quit. And even the people that haven't quit since then, like, you know, they just walk. So you can decide where you want to be. But the thing is, like I said, this may just be something that you want to do, and this may just be for fun, or it may just be to bring a little money in. But at the end of the day, you do need to look to the future. You might have a good job, you might make good money, but if something happens to you or your husband or your kids tomorrow, do you have the time? Do you have the resources? Do you have the money to drop everything and do what you got to do? Like, that's what really made me think, like if it was not for It Works and that income, because if I was still working at like UT, I wouldn't have been able to take DJ to any of his appointments. I wouldn't have been able to be there for his surgery. I wouldn't have been able to pick the kids up or take the kids to school. I mean, like, there's many, many, many things that fall into place. Like, that's just things that you got to think about. Like, think about the future. And I'm not saying, like, you need to figure out your whole life right this second. I'm not saying that, you know, you need to make It Works your full anything. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I am saying, like, really think about, like, why you're doing this. Do you just want an extra $300 for this? Well, bump it up and say, well, why don't I just make an extra $500 and be able to take my kids here? or be able to go on an extra date night. Like, you got to figure out what really makes you want things. Do you have anything to add to that?
I think that's what for me too. Like I said, I didn't join for dollars. I knew that I couldn't make enough money with any job that I was qualified for. And even just graduated school last month. I have a bachelor's degree, and I actually went and looked at jobs just to see what's out there. And most of the jobs make half of what I make with this business or less. Like, you can literally have a 4-year degree and be making $7.25 an hour. So I'm glad that I did run this and didn't bank on my degree. Like, when people say, well, what's your backup plan? I'm like, I don't need one. Like, what's your backup plan for your job that can fall under if the economy crashes? What's your backup plan if you get out of school and can't find a job? And like Krista said, what's your backup plan if something happens to you or your husband or your kids or your car breaks down, or if you own your house, your water heater goes out, or just anything? Like, what is your backup plan? Because I don't need a backup plan for this, because my backup plan, like if I use my degree as a backup plan, to be homeless. Like, to be honest, like, my degree would leave me homeless. So yeah, that's what I would add to that, is just really just sit down and think about why you need this and exactly how much in a dollar amount. Like, I tell people all the time, if you need $500, you can sign up 5 distributors and help them get 2 customers, and you'd have $500 in fast start bonuses. I earned $600 in fast start bonuses over the last couple of weeks, and that's just in bonuses. That has nothing to do with my cash that I've made or with my paycheck. That's just in bonuses. And some of you all, like what I just earned in bonuses this month or last month, some of you all, that's what could make or break your finances right now, is just what I was making in bonuses. Like, you don't have to push super hard for diamond or double diamond like we are. All you got to do is sign up a couple distributors or sell a couple of wraps to make your goal amount of money that you need. And then you can set another goal. Like, once you hit your goal of $200, double that. Let's try to make 400. Double that. Let's try to make 800, and just go from there. But just figure out exactly why you need this and put a dollar amount on it. What is your dollar amount? What is your goal for this month, for the end of the year, for 2017, for the first month? Be going first to do that. Just figure out how much you need right now. How much money do you need right now, and what do you need to do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. And I do want to point out, because I've had people come to us with this lately. People will say, like, people will depend on each other. So here's the thing: if I quit today and I walk away from this business, Kiana's still going to be successful. Jordan's still going to be successful. Christine's still going to make it. Teresa's still going to keep going. Like, your all success has nothing to do with us. You all can completely pass us up, and we're good with that. Like, you all got to just run your business and learn your way of doing things. We tell you all how to do things or what to do because that's what works for us. You take that and run with it. Like you don't have to have an upline to be successful. Everything that I've learned is on freaking YouTube. YouTube is what, like, our uplines, we don't have uplines anymore. But our uplines did things differently. So when me and Kiana came in, we had to teach ourselves and each other how to do things or what worked for us. And we did it from YouTube. Like when Jade Hooper started making videos, like we had Girl Crush. Like, that was like the bomb for us. Like, that's how we learned everything. It was just crazy. Like, she was on our level. She did social media. Like, she did everything that we wanted. So she was goals for us. So we just watched her and did what she did. And that's what you all can do with us. And that's what you all can do with whoever that you relate to. There's tons of top earners that you can go find their Facebook and their YouTube and watch their videos and just do what they say. And like I said, you can switch it up, see what works for you, what doesn't. But the thing is just doing the work. You can say, well, I posted on Facebook 3 times today and nobody messaged me. Post 3 times again tomorrow. And then 3 times the next day. You just got to keep going. Like, people aren't just going to jump in front of you and say, okay, I'm going to buy it. Like, you all know, if you're struggling or you haven't had any money or however long it took you to join the business, that's what everybody else is going through too. You have to realize, like, if you are skeptical about the business or the wraps or whatever, other people are too. People are not just going to jump on the bandwagon. Like, I don't know, with anything. A lot of people don't just go see a movie unless they hear other people say it was good, because they don't want to waste the money. They don't want to go see a movie that might not even be good. I mean, it's with anything. Like, they don't want to go try this new restaurant out until they talk to a couple people and they say it was good and they had good service. Like, that's just with anything. Like, people don't just jump and go tomorrow. So you all have to understand that the biggest thing is just talking to people. That's what's going to get you there. You just have to talk to new people every single day, and plant these seeds. And then what we've been saying is plant, pour, and pray. So you got to plant these seeds, just talking to people, just posting, and then you're pouring into them when you're following up. And like I said, you don't have to know everything. We have scripts that help you with what to say. You can screenshot conversations and send them to us, and we can help you. You can get them on the phone with us, get them on a Zoom like this with us. I mean, anything. We're here for everything. And I'd posted appointments this week. You can set up a call with me. Get on the phone with me anytime you need to. Kiana's the same way. You can download Voxer, but she's going to go over that, so I'm not going to go into that. But you can do anything to keep in contact with us, to know what you have to do every day. All you have to do is keep talking to people, keep posting, do what we say, because that's what's going to help you. It's not for us, it's for you. I mean, we work our business and we're good. So you all just have to learn what's going to work for you, and you just have to do it. I mean, we can sit here all night on this Zoom and talk, and I can share absolutely everything that I've ever done. But unless you get off this Zoom and you do it, it doesn't matter. You want to go from there?
Yeah. Yeah, so I just wanted to go over the basic computer where you can screen share, or no?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just learn how to do this, y'all. Y'all be patient. Hold on. Desktop. Share screen. Okay. Can y'all see my Facebook? Can y'all see that? Kiana, can you see this?
Not yet. Hang on. It just says that you've started screen sharing.
Oh, let me see what it says.
I was just going to have you pull up a rupee chart is all I was going to do. Okay, I can see now.
Okay. So just pull up a rupee chart. So that's what you need?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it's like. Can you see that?
Yeah. A little bit. Can you make it bigger?
Oh,
wait, no, we zoom in on it. Okay, I see.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, let me switch my screen. So basically, I just wanted to go over like the basic stuff and do this really quick. So every single day, this is what you need to be doing. To adding
You're cutting out again, Kiana.
Facebook and Instagram. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So adding on Facebook, following on Instagram, posting on Facebook and Instagram somewhere between 3 and 6 times a day, and then messaging people. That's all you have to do every single day is talk to people. And that's if you're running social media. If you're doing most of your things, face to face, then that's perfectly fine too.
You're out again.
Chris, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Chris has screen shared a Ruby chart. So that's 3 distributors that you sign up, and then one of your distributors has 2 distributors of their own. For those of you who are still qualified for your Ruby bonus, then I guess let me back up. You have 2 months to hit Ruby and get a $500 bonus. If you miss that, that's perfectly fine. You can still go Ruby, and Ruby's average about $500 a month. So the first step when you first join is to tell everybody that what you're doing. Have a launch party, have your friends and family over, and get the word out there as much as you can. The second step is to sign 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days. Loyal customers just go to your website, they order a product, they get our discount on it, they agree to order for 90 days, so 3 months in a row, and the company sends them the product. You don't have to worry about sending anything to anyone or anything like that. You just give them the information and give them your website. So that's step 2. That's literally all you have to do is sign up 4 loyal customers in 1 month. And actually, that's your goal each and every month, is to sign up 4 loyal customers. So then your third step is to go Ruby, which is 3 distributors, 3 people that want to sell with you. And then one of those 3 has 2 distributors of their own. That's Ruby. They each have about 6 to 7 customers each as well for you to actually hit the rank. Here's the cool part though. When you sign up those 3 distributors and you help them complete step 2, which is getting their loyal customers, you're going to get a $100 bonus. So that's $300 off rip right there, just from you helping 3 people join your team, and they're qualified for the $500 Ruby bonus also. So that's it. Like, for everything that I just said, yeah, there's more to it, but everything that I just said is what you're supposed to be doing in a nutshell, is focusing on getting your 4 loyal customers. And you're going to do that by adding and following, posting, and messaging. That's it. Adding, following, posting, and messaging. Like, I just want everybody to repeat that every single day. Add, follow, post, and message. That is all me and Krista do besides train you all. When we work our own business, we're adding, we're following, we're posting, and we're messaging. So what grows your business quickly is how much of that you're doing. So you can add 5 people, follow 5 people, post 5 times, and message 5 people. But me and Krista add 50 people, follow a couple hundred people, post 6 or 7 times a day, and send a couple hundred messages a day. So you decide which person you want to be. Do you want to be the person that sends 5 to 10 messages out, or the person that sends 1 to 200 messages out? That determines the results you're going to get. So I think that's the only thing that some of you all are missing. I watched a training from a top earner, and I can't remember who it was, but she said that she asked her upline, she was like, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, and I'm not where I want to be. And her upline responded, do it times 10. Do it times 10, and then you're going to get the results that you want to see. So whatever you're doing right now, go back and count how many messages you sent out a day and multiply that. Multiply it by 2, multiply it by 5, multiply it by 10, 20, whatever. So that's what's changed from me going Ruby to Emerald to Diamond. That's what's changed, is how many more people I'm talking to. The quality of my posts. Like, you never want to be salesy. We don't sell people anything. We share the product. We help people get healthier, and we help people make extra money. We share the opportunity, and we share the product. So you don't want your page to be spammy, for one. If you need help with posting, that's what we're here for. You can use any of my posts and anybody's posts that are in this business. You can use their posts, switch them up, make them yours. Oh, sorry guys. Switch them up, make them yours. And then with that, like, once you get your posting good, you want to make sure that there's a lot of people seeing those posts. If you just have 500 friends on Facebook when the maximum is 5,000, who do you think is going to sign more people? The person with 500 friends on Facebook or the person with 5,000? Who do you think is going to get more interaction? The person with 20 followers on Instagram or the person with 2,000? That's what really blew my business up, is when I really started working Instagram, because there are way more people on Instagram than there are Facebook. There are way more willing people, people willing to buy from you and willing to try something new on Instagram. So if you're not working Instagram and you're not posting about your business at least 3 times a day, you're not going to sign any customers or distributors. So again, I'm going to keep repeating this, like, this whole call. Add, follow, post, message. That is what you do. And it's just how much of it you're doing makes the difference of if you're going to sign people or not. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope so. Yes. Head nods everywhere. Yeah. Krista, do you want to add anything to that? Did I miss anything?
Nope. I don't have nothing to add to that.
Okay, what was my next topic? I can't remember.
While we're on the subject of Ruby, do you just want to explain that that's all you do to complete your steps to success too? Because I just pulled up the steps to success sheet. So
your steps to success. So we follow 3 steps. So step 1 is to join. All of you have done that. Step 2 is to get your first 4 loyal customers. And step 2 is to get 4 loyal customers. That's my goal, Krista's goal, your goal, the number 1 income earner with this company. That's their goal. Everybody's goal is to get 4 customers and 3 distributors each month. So when you get 3 distributors, you teach them to get 4 customers and 3 distributors. And then you teach those 3 how to get 3 distributors and so forth. And that's how you build your business. Like a diamond, what I am is just 3 rubies under me. Double diamond is what? 5 rubies maybe? 1, 2, 3 plus 2 for emerald. Yeah. So double diamond is 5 rubies. Like every rank is based off of rubies. So if you're completing your steps to success each month, number 1, you're getting your fast start bonuses, $100 per distributor you sign up. They just have to get 2 customers. And for 2, you're going to be building your building up to your next promotion. Every time you fill out your steps to success, you're getting closer and closer and closer to that next promotion. And so, like I said, from the beginning, I listened to what Chris said. She basically said, go Ruby. I went Ruby. She's like, okay, now build another one and build another one and build another one and build another one. So that's all I was doing, was filling out my steps to success each and every month. And I just want to move along, Krista, into consistency. Another thing that goes along with adding, following, posting, and messaging is consistency. Let me just tell you, if you join this business within the last 30, 60, 90 days, and you've gone a couple days without posting, people aren't going to believe you. People aren't going to believe that you're serious if you're posting one day and not another day. And you know what? You might have not posted on the day that they got paid and we're actually going to hit you up, and then you didn't post that day. So guess what? They came to me or Krista or whoever else, or just decided that they didn't want to order anymore because you didn't post that day. So consistency is key, because you have to build up, what we've been talking a lot about is credibility. Building up your credibility to where people are being credit card information. You know, people don't want to be doing so.
You're cutting out again.
You don't want to, people today, and then tomorrow you don't feel like it. Well, you just lost out on 50, 100, however many people you could have added today. And guess what? Guess who's following and adding those people? I am. Guess who's adding and following people? Jade Hooper. All these people that make the money that you want to make, they're putting in the work. So if you want to be a ruby, are you putting in the work of a ruby? If you want to be a diamond, are you putting in the work of a diamond? If you're taking days off left and right, you're not adding, following, posting, and messaging every day.
Yeah, and I wanna add,
it's not going to be you and your foot in your mouth, because you know that you could have signed that person if you would have been the one to message.
Yeah, and I want to add that with that, like she just said, if you're not doing these things, you're not going to get to where you want to be. So you have to think like future tense. Like you got to act like a ruby now so you can be a ruby. You don't wait until you hit a rank to act like it. Just like in a position at any kind of job, like you don't get thrown into a manager position and then try to learn all the stuff. Like 9 times out of 10, people promote to a manager because they're going above and beyond and doing more than what they're supposed to do, and they're already acting like a manager. Like, so that's the same thing with this. And you just have to carry yourself that way, because if you walk in Walmart right now, nobody knows if you're a distributor, an ambassador. They don't know anything. So you have to carry yourself like you're credible. Like she said, on Facebook too, you have to be credible. You have to know your stuff, and you have to look like it. You have to carry yourself like, you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. Go ahead.
I was trying to think what we need.
I'm trying to go back to my text message.
I don't know.
Okay. So Also, another thing, like she mentioned Boxer. That's the best way to get a hold of me. It's like a walkie-talkie app. If you need Instagram training, like if you don't have 2,000 to 3,000 followers on Instagram, then we need to get together and get on Boxer so I can Instagram train you. I have 13,000 followers right now. I have 13,000 potential customers and distributors is what that tells me. So if you have 200, then we need to get you up to 2,000. If you're at 2,000, we need to get you to 5,000. If you're at 5,000, we need to get you to 10,000, because all that's potential customers and distributors. So if you download the Boxer app and then just find me on there, I think my name on there is just Kiana124. And then just let me know that you want Instagram training, and I'll completely go over it with you. And it's not really complicated. It's just about building the routine, just getting into a routine and a habit of doing it. And then another thing, let me see. Another thing is product knowledge and being a product of the product. So if you've been in this business 30, 60, 90 days and you've not tried at least one product, we have an issue. We have a serious issue, because you got products in your kit. So you have wraps that you can use. And that's the best way to become credible. I'm telling you, my business exploded when I started sharing my results. And I didn't just share them once. I tried my first wrap. I still share those same results to this day. And that was almost 2 years ago. I still share those same exact results. I still talk about those 21 pounds that I lost my first month in the business. So, product pricing, like full price versus loyal customer price, what the products do, all that's on your website that you created when you joined. So if anybody ever has any questions, you can go there. First of all, you can point them there. Also, they can get all the product information there as well. But you can go there and read about the products, read about what they do, see what you're interested in, and see what would be the best fit for your customer by going over the product information on your website. So that was another thing. Like I said, just being a product of the product. I'm telling you, when you first post your own hair, skin, and nails results, or your own weight loss testimony, or your own wrap results, people are going to blow you up. Now, not if you only have 100 friends on Facebook. If you only have 100 friends on Facebook, don't expect to post your results and get blown up. You have to have the audience. So if that's what you're struggling with right now, is you're that person that has 500 or less friends or 500 or less followers, that's going to be your first goal, is to get those numbers up. And that way, I mean, it makes sense. You post and you want a big audience. You know what I mean? You want a couple thousand people to see those posts. So maybe 20, 50, 100 of them might reach out to you at some point, about your post. So that was another thing that we had discussed, Krista. I don't remember if there's anything else you wanted me to touch on.
No, that was pretty much it. We just wanted to be able to share our story so you all know who we are, be able to tell you all the basics, and the fact that we're here and we can train you on anything. We can help you with anything. So if you all have any questions over anything we went over, or if you want us to reiterate anything, or whatever, you can put it in the chat box, or ask us. Just unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself on your phone and just ask.
And I wanted to throw in there too, Krista, how you talked about YouTube basically trained us. Our leaders did things the complete opposite way that we did. Jade Hooper went Ambassador Diamond in 2 years. Was it 2 years, I think?
I think so.
And that's who we want to follow, is people who promoted really quickly. We want to know what they did to get to where they're at. So let me just tell you, YouTube is your best friend. If you have a question about something and you don't want to come to us for whatever reason, you can go on YouTube and search anything that you have questions about. Like if you feel like you're struggling to get LCs, you can go on there and type in "It Works Loyal Customer Training," and there's going to be someone who makes way more money than us, that signs way more customers than us, teaching you how to do it. Mm-hmm. We've just watched so many videos that we can kind of compile the information and give it to you. But I watch videos every single day. Mm-hmm. When I'm in the shower, I have a training video playing. When I'm washing dishes, folding laundry, when I'm in my car, I've given up music to plug in my aux cord and listen to training videos. So it's that serious. I love, love, love. Anytime I need a pep talk, or I feel like I need an extra boost or anything, I always watch videos. And you can type in anything It Works related. We have names like Jade Hooper or Jocelyn Yates or Carrie Young, which on YouTube, her name is Get Carried Away with 2 Y's at the end. But who's another one? Renessa Brown, Ashley Sinclair,
Eliana, what's her last name?
Vargas.
Vargas, yeah.
Yami Lexis Fernandez.
Mm-hmm.
There's tons, and I mean, we could go on and on and on. There's a couple hundred people that you could watch on. There's always a video to watch. So every day to grow your business, you can watch a video, but don't just watch it. Apply what they're saying. And some videos are 15, 20 minutes. Some of them are 2 hours long. It's whatever you want to sit and listen to. But I, for real, will put videos on, like when I'm in the shower or any time that I have a spare second to watch a video. I want to be where these people are. So to listen to what they say and apply what they're teaching me. So that's something that everybody should be doing no matter where you're at in the business. And those top leaders will tell you that they learned off of each other. Like Carrie Bauer says that when she started, mind you, she's an Ambassador Diamond. When she started, she was watching Jade Hooper videos. She was watching Jocelyn Yates videos. So when they try to do trainings together, it's funny because they're saying the same things because they actually learn what they're saying from each other. So if you want to be where they're at, then you need to watch their videos and see exactly what it is that they're doing. And someone's going to click with you. Someone's going to have the same story as you. Like, I know everybody on here doesn't have children. Jocelyn Yates doesn't have kids. She's an Ambassador Diamond. She made it there, and she didn't share stories like we do about how she's a stay-at-home mom and stuff like that. She was able to run with her business a different way. There are people who were on government assistance. There were people who already had money. There were teen moms like Alyssa Billiou, who is now an Ambassador Diamond as well. There are tons of people, and they all come from different backgrounds. So if you want to relate to somebody and you want to figure out how they got to Ambassador Diamond and they make over $30,000 every single month, watch their videos, see what they do, and you'll get addicted to it, to be honest, because I'm constantly wanting to learn new stuff.
Yep.
And figure out what exactly these people did to get to where they're at. But you can't expect those results without putting in the work that they did.
Yep. And that's the biggest thing. And like I said, we can sit here and tell you all day, every day, exactly what you need to do. But unless you do it, it's not going to help you. Like, you have to do the work. And I'll tell you now, since you all are new, like, this is a huge thing. Don't worry about your binder being perfect. Don't worry about printing out everything that you could think of in eSuite or everything you find in the team page and make a pretty little binder that, you know, you have everything just perfect in, and you rewrite your loyal customer list 15 times. Like, that doesn't pay you. And I've done it before. I've done the busy work. And that's why I'm sitting here telling you, like, that will not pay you crap. Like, if you're not talking to people, if you're not posting and drawing people in, if you're not physically messaging people and so on, like, you're not going to get paid. You have to message these people. You have to talk to these people. You have to put yourself out there. So, like I said, I mean, and I'm not saying you don't need to be organized, because you can take time and do stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, don't keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. Like, I take a day, you know, maybe at the beginning of the month, like maybe tonight when you get off here, and get everything ready for tomorrow, and then run full force for the next month. Like, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to, like, this business is worked right here on your computer or on your phone or whatever. You don't need any kind of paper. You don't need any kind of nothing. You just got to do the work on your phone or your computer. Do you have anything to add to that?
I mean, I was just going to say, like, income producing activities. Like, if it's not something that's going to grow your network or grow your paycheck, you don't need to be doing it. And I can tell you stories on top of stories. There are people who pushed for Diamond and they gave up date night. They gave up their kids' sports. And it's not that they gave it up, but they would say, okay, I need 4 loyal customers by this weekend. So if I get them, we can have our date night. If I don't, we're not having date night. You know what I mean? Like, people would sacrifice certain things. And Chris will tell you, like, her and her mom got into it so many times because she was always on her phone or always doing this or always doing that. It was just for a few months, though, and now her and her mom get to go get their nails and feet done together. They get to take Daylin to her cheer classes together and all her games together and stuff like that. She can be at birthday dinners, which she couldn't do when she was working full-time and going to school. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it took a couple couple of months of her being, you know, on her phone, but now it's come off.
Yep. And that's what I was about to say. Like in the beginning, it seems like you're doing so much work and you're doing all of this and it's not paying off because it's not paying off tomorrow. But that's how I was. It's called, like, they call it little bursts of work so it can pay off. Like, that's what I did. I worked constantly. And then, like I said, I woke up, I just kind of got on Eat Sweet one day and it said I was a double diamond. But it's not that because I woke up and didn't do any work and I was double. It was because I did so much work and it finally paid off. Like, me and DJ used to argue so much about me being on my phone all the time, but it was worth it, wasn't it? Now we're together all day, every day. Like, my mom would get mad at me because I wouldn't ever go do anything. I missed birthday parties. I missed all kinds of stuff. I didn't even go to all my kids' practices. I mean, there were tons of stuff that I missed, but that was when Daylin was little. Now that she's old enough, she plays t-ball. She wants to play basketball. She cheers. She does everything, and I don't have to miss crap. Nothing. Just not even go into that, but like we'll find out about the kids' programs like the day before stuff, and we don't have to worry about it because we can pick up and go in the morning whenever we want to. We don't have to take off work. We don't have to, you know, worry about not being able to go. I mean, I think it was the beginning of September, my parents were down at the beach and they were like, well, why don't y'all just come down? And we were like, okay. So we just packed up and went down the next day just because we could. Like, I mean, I had to talk DJ into it because y'all know how he is. But, like, the next morning he woke up and was like, okay, let's just pack a bag and go. I'm like, okay. And, I mean, like, Kiana, I'll tell you, Yaman, her boyfriend, was over here the other day with DJ. And Yaman works. And said he was sitting there. DJ was talking about how he was going to sleep till 2 or 3 tomorrow and not have to do anything. Ain't no kids home. Said Yaman was getting mad. Because, I mean, like, that's what anybody wants to do. And it's not like, well, I was about to say it's not like we sleep all day, but I'm going to sit here and I'm not going to lie. But like Kiana she doesn't sleep all day. Like, she doesn't waste her day away. I do. I didn't used to, but I do. But I mean, that's the freedom that I've worked for. I've worked my ass off, and I don't even cuss on stuff like this. It's just not me. But I've worked my ass off to get to this point in my life where I can do what I want to do. I don't have a boss. I don't answer to nobody. I mean, maybe Kiana every now and then, but like, I don't answer to nobody. Nobody tells me what to do. And that's just the beauty of it. And maybe you don't want to quit your job. Maybe you don't want to be home all the time, and that's fine. But do it for the freedom of the financial situation where you don't wake up one day and your car's messed up and you don't have any money to fix it. Or, you know, your kid's turning, I don't know, 16, or your kids are wanting a cell phone, or they want a birthday party, and you don't have to worry about how you're going to pay it because you have to budget each paycheck. And that's what I used to do. Like, I would look back at my planners and I would say, like, okay, well, I got to pay this and this out of this paycheck. And Kiana, too, because I know she's done it too, like, and then that payday comes and you're like, okay, I couldn't pay that, so let me move it to the next payday. And then you have like 5 extra things on this payday that you know ain't going to get paid. And like, we've been there, and it sucks. So do it for that. If anything, do it for an extra date night. Do it for an extra toy at Walmart. Do it for anything. I mean, there's reasons. I mean, you can sit here and act like there's not, but there is. And even if it's not for yourself or your kids, do it for charity. Find why you want to do this. Find who you can help. I mean, just in next Saturday, we're doing Thanksgiving baskets for families that need food. Because, you know, we've been there. And we want
I was about to say that. I was about to say we've been that family that needs food.
Right.
And now we're able to give to others that need food. And to add on to that, you were saying, like, to figure out like who to do it for, even if it's not for you or your family and you're comfortable, whatever, just know that comfort level ends. We call it the 40-40-40 scam. You work 40 hours a week. You work 40 hours a week for 40 years and you retire off of 40% of what you made. So even if you're comfortable now, you don't have kids. Are you prepared to, you know, have kids within the next however many years and you're going to be financially stable? What if your mom, you know, if you have a working mom like me who can't work anymore and she needs a house, can you buy her a house? If you don't have kids, or even if you do you have a college fund for them? That time is going to come for everybody. You know, like if you've got kids, they're going to go to college eventually. They're going to need a car eventually. They're going to need help with something eventually. Your parents, you know, are going to need help eventually. Are you financially stable? Like a girl on my team, her dad was in a motorcycle wreck and she had to take care of him because he broke his leg. That's Melissa. I don't know if you knew that, but her dad was in a motorcycle wreck and broke his leg and she had to care for him. So do you have a big enough house if your parents, you know, got elderly and needed care and stuff, that you could let them move in with you, or you could pay for them to have care or something like that? If you had a death in the family, do you have expenses for that? If you're, like she said, car broke down, can you cover that? And those are things that I think about, because even if I made good money without this, I would still do it for my kids' college fund. I would still make sure that my daughter had a car before she was ever 16.
And it makes you think, like figure out a way to make you dream. Like I don't know, a stupid example, but like if you're watching, I don't know if y'all watch Chrisley Knows Best, but like last week they went and helped this single mom of 4 add on like a bigger bedroom, a window in this little girl's room, redid her house and added a bathroom because the little girl doesn't walk or anything, so they could roll her into a shower. Think about stuff like that. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like, find a show on freaking TV, and maybe they have a new house. They just moved to Nashville. Maybe they have a lake house somewhere. Like, anything that can make you think, what do you want in your life? Before this, I didn't dream about stuff like that because I knew I couldn't even pay all my bills with my paychecks. But this like makes you think. And now, like, I will say, like we still struggle with like things that we pay, because you know, when you're making more money, you have more bills. Like, we pay tons of crap. Like, that's a whole nother story. But it's, I'll tell Kiana, like, it may be bad of me sometimes to admit to myself, like, when someone says, oh, well, I can't pay this for, it's $95. Sometimes, like, in my head, I'm like, $95 and you can't pay it? That's only $95. But then I'm like, oh, other people don't feel that way. And I'm not saying I just throw money around, because believe me, I don't. But I mean, that's like the mindset that I've got over the last year, because like we make ways. If I want an extra $100 to pay for Jalen to get some new basketball shoes, I know I can go sign a distributor and get a fast start on it. It's like, I know how to make the money. So I kind of like just spend the money in my head. And like, that's one thing that gets me motivated. I'm not like a super materialistic person. Like, I have to have like everything in the whole world and I'm sedity about it and nothing like that. But I'm motivated by materialistic things. Like, I'll text Kiana and I'm like, dang, like, it's so stupid. I was driving one day and I just had like I smelled a new car smell or something. And I was like, I pictured myself driving a new car and having that new car smell. And I was like whipping myself in a new car. And I boxed Kiana and I was like, that just motivated me. Like, I'm pumped up now because I want a new car. I mean, it's so stupid, but it's little things like that motivate me. Like, it's different for other people. Like, Kiana wants to pay off her debt and stuff like that, and that's probably what should motivate me. But I'm like, oh, I'm working so I can buy this new computer, or I can buy my kids this or whatever. But that's just what motivates me. So you just got to figure out what motivates you. So whether it's charity or materialistic things, do you want a new car? Write it down. Like, for real, write it down. And we need to do a dream board thing. But write it down. It could be a simple little piece of notebook paper. You want a new car? You want a new ring? You want to go to Bora Bora? Anything. Write it down and use that as your motivation.
Yeah, and I just want to add one last thing before we get off of here. When you were talking about like how you worked your butt off for, you know, what you have now and for the freedom that you have now, Carrie Bauer said this at the beginning of the year, and it's what pumped me up to go diamond and stuff, because it made perfect sense. She said, at a job, you work and you get paid, and you work and you get paid, and you work and you get paid. And like, your bills never change, and usually they get higher if they do change, and your pay definitely doesn't get higher with it. So like we said, you know, your car breaks down, whatever the situation is. So you're still working the same hours, getting paid the same amount, but life is changing all around you. With this business, you work, get paid. Work, get paid. Work, get paid. Work, get paid. Get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. That's what residual income is, and that's something that you don't find in corporate America ever. So would you work and get paid, work, get paid, and then work and then get paid? If someone told you that, if someone told you that within the next 5 years you could be making $30,000 a month, would you work your butt off for 5 years nonstop in order to make that $30,000 a month? I know I would, and that's what I'm doing. Because I've made more with this business than, I mean, what Kristen made last year was insane. Like, I don't even know anybody who makes that much money at a regular job. I don't know anybody that makes a quarter of that at any job. Mm-hmm. So, and she made it all from home, and that probably wasn't even including cash or anything. That was probably just paychecks. Probably wasn't included bonuses or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's worth the work. It's worth getting up 30 minutes early so that you can send some messages, and going to bed 30 minutes late to send messages or to reach out to people or to schedule your post for the next day or add people or whatever. It's worth it. You may not see it right now, but even if you make $25, you made that sitting on your butt.
Yep.
If you make $100 fast start, you made that sitting on your butt. And that's how I kind of looked at it whenever I joined. I was like, 25, like even when my check was $19, I'm like, dude, I can put $19 in my gas tank, and I sat on my butt. And then when that check jumped to $200, I was like, oh my gosh, like I can pay my utility bill, and I didn't do anything. Because to me, you're on social media anyways. So you're not doing anything more than what you were already doing before you joined this. You're doing the same thing. You're sitting on social media and you're chit-chatting with people, and, you know, you're just hanging out. Like, you're not doing any more than what you were doing before. It's just your focus now, and you're getting paid to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, making even $200 or $50 or $25, anything, to me, it's money that you wouldn't have had without this, and it's money that you didn't have to do anything for. You had to use your social media to make money, basically, instead of using it to stay broke.
Mm-hmm.
Is basically the way that I've really looked at it since I've been in, like, since the beginning. Because Krista knows, like, I've never complained about anything. Like, any money I make, I'm like, boom, Krista, what you want? You want a coffee? I'll go sell a wrap and make $25, and we'll be like, we're going to Panera today.
And that's what we sold some products, and I had because my PayPal always acts like it's ridiculous. So Kiana has gave me her PayPal debit card. So when she sells our products, it just goes on her PayPal, is how people send her money. So she texted me today, was like, you got $15 on the PayPal card. And I was like, okay. So she texted me like 30 minutes later and was like, dang, you already spent it? I was like, yeah, I was already on my way to Crystal. So I figured, why not just go ahead and put it on the card? So,
for real, because like, it's extra money. Like, yeah, we get our paychecks, but we don't have to touch our paychecks. So like when the girls, whenever we had to pay for their cheer stuff, and it was like it ended up being like $100. One fast start bonus pays for that. I didn't have to come out of my check for that, or even cash can pay for that. Like, just little things that you do that you take for granted. Like, when I sell a wrap, I go straight to the gas station and fill my tank up, or I can go straight to the store and get like my toiletries, my toilet paper, and some laundry stuff, and like not even have to touch my paycheck. So even if you're not making paychecks like that, and your paycheck is only $20, $40, $100, that is money that you wouldn't have. And it's money that you're not having to spend on top of what you already use your regular income for. So if you go to work full time and you make however much a week, but then you make $100 with It Works, that's $100 that you can spend on things that your check should have paid for. And now you have that money on your check to go towards something else, whether it's paying off debt or fixing your car or buying clothes for your kids or whatever. So don't take those things for granted.
If I sell anything, I go straight to Starbucks. So when DJ says $5 at Starbucks, I'm like, I just sold a product. I work for that. I can buy that coffee. For real. Like, y'all know he gives me problems, but for real, that's exactly what I do. So work for Starbucks, y'all. Work for Starbucks.
Work so you can shop.
But does anybody have any questions before we jump off? I know it's been kind of long, and Christine's about to fall asleep. So
yeah, if you upload it, and then people can comment questions under it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna I recorded it, so I'm gonna try and upload it to YouTube now. But y'all just comment questions, message us if you need us, whatever. So I'm gonna stop the recording now.